Hi everyone, the Greek goddess of great reading here, as well as my cat Thomas. He will be interspersed throughout the video. Today I will be reviewing Prisoner of Night and Fog by Blankman. Yes, this is the exact same day as my Being Friends with Boys review. I am just pumping out all of my reviews that I haven't been able to keep up with today because I am moving in the next couple of days and I just won't have any time for that. So hopefully you will be satisfied with all the reviews I'm giving you now, and we'll make up for the amount of time I won't be able to do them. In 1930s Munich, danger lurks behind dark corners and secrets are buried deep within the city. But Gretchen Muller, who grew up in the National Socialist Party under the wing of her uncle Dolf, has been shielded from that side of society ever since her father traded his life for Dolf's, and Gretchen is his favorite, his pet. Uncle Dolf is none other than Adolf Hitler, and Gretchen follows his every command. Until she meets a fearless and handsome young Jewish reporter named Daniel Cohen. Gretchen should despise Daniel, yet she can't stop herself from listening to his story, that her father, the adored Nazi martyr, was actually murdered by an unknown comrade. She also can't help the fierce attraction brewing between them, despite everything she's been taught to believe about Jews. As Gretchen investigates the very people she's always considered friends, she must decide where her loyalties lie. Will she choose the safety of her former life as a Nazi darling, or will she dare to dig up the truth, even if it could get her and Daniel killed? From debut author Blankman comes this harrowing and evocative story about an ordinary girl faced with the extraordinary decision to give up everything she's ever believed, and to trust her own heart instead. This book was really thrilling. It was like a mix of a mystery novel and a historical era novel, because it was pretty much this young girl, Gretchen, trying to figure out who murders her father in the National Socialist Party, but at the same time trying to work around her feelings and her beliefs about the Jews and Hitler's values and ideals, and to decide for herself what's right and wrong. I'm getting into a lot of these types of books lately where it seems kind of culty, because obviously Hitler's crazy, and he seems like almost a cult figure leader in this, because the National Socialist Party, I guess in some instances, could be categorized as a cult, but I won't go that far today. Gretchen is a Nazi social darling. She is Hitler's favorite, one of Hitler's favorites. Hitler had many girls that he had as favorites, among them his half-niece Jelly Raubel. I don't know if I'm saying those names correctly, my German is awful. And another girl named Eva, who is actually Gretchen's friend in this novel. Gretchen is a fictional character, but the characters of Eva, Jelly, and obviously Hitler are all true, and most of the characters in this book, besides Gretchen and her family and Daniel Cohen, the Jewish reporter she starts to fall in love with, those are all fictional characters, but everyone else is a real person. It's so thrilling when she starts to unfold all these facts about her father's death and how it doesn't look like it was an accident anymore to her, and to see her go through the National Socialist Party so carefully without getting caught is very gripping, because you know that bad things will happen to you if you are caught doing something you shouldn't by the National Socialist Party. Gretchen's older brother Reinhard is quite scary, and you actually find out a lot about Hitler's psychoanalysis done by a doctor when he was fighting in the First World War that determined that he was a psychopath, because the author is making the similarity between Gretchen's brother Reinhard, who's also clearly psychopathic, and Hitler, who was clearly psychopathic, and just trying to show us how those two are so alike, and the qualities that Hitler possessed are also present in Reinhard, this fictional character that Miss Blankman created. And Reinhard is super scary. You never know what the heck he's gonna do because he's psychopathic. He could maybe do something really sneaky that isn't that terrible, or he could kill something you love. You don't know, because he's insane. And it was just terrifying to not expect what was coming from him, and I felt really sorry for Gretchen that she had to deal with that in her own family. I really like the relationship between Daniel and Gretchen, because at first obviously Gretchen is all conflicted because Daniel doesn't look like the type of subhumans that Hitler categorizes Jews to be, but he's still a Jew, and you still shouldn't talk to a Jew, you shouldn't associate with a Jew, you shouldn't fall in love with a Jew, which she is doing. But stop calling him the Jew. Daniel is a really great character because he obviously doesn't really like Gretchen at first, but he wants her help to try and bring down the National Socialist Party through the Munich Post, the newspaper he works at. And they were very much involved in that back before Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. Obviously, their relationship does develop over time because she starts to not believe the lies that Hitler has been telling her about the Jews for all of her life, because she sees them firsthand that they are actually human, they do have feelings, and she slowly starts to develop those feelings for Daniel. Throughout the whole book, you just kind of see that romance blossom amidst all this chaos and horror. It's a really nice lighting to the mood, the dark mood of the novel. I really recommend this novel if you do enjoy I really like stories about World War II and Germany, but this is pre-World War II. The sequel to this book is supposed to be when Hitler has become Chancellor in Germany, but this is before that has even happened. So his whole ideals haven't been completely thrown out there for all of us to know. He is for sure batshit crazy. But I really recommend that you pick this book up, Prisoner of Night and Fog by Blankman. I will see you next time, and until then, keep reading.